All of our sandwiches are 12 inches and they're loaded to the brim. We're legendary for a reason.
Nope, you're not seeing double. That's Bigfoot, and he's got a big appetite. Welcome to Legendary Eats on Washington Street in Lexington.
We were driving around and I noticed the Bigfoot sign on the door and I thought it was interesting.
Half the battle is curb appeal, and Bigfoot brings curb appeal. Once inside, you'll find sandwiches as big as Bigfoot's actual foot.
We have a theme of mythological creatures in our names, but also the size of our sandwiches are pretty legendary, I think.
Jessica Harden owns this monster shop with her husband. Now, they share nearly 40 years combined experience in the bar industry. Sandwiches, though, a new concept for them. But Jess wasn't the least bit worried when they opened Legendary Eats in August 2020.
I'm an Italian from Jersey and I just really like food, so I knew I could handle it.
The idea, like many good ones, came from Jess desiring a taste of home but couldn't find any restaurants that were up to her Jersey standards.
Every time we used to visit back home, I would buy a couple dozen bagels and bring them home, and I just wanted to be able to have that and share that with everyone here. So I ship my dough from New York, so it's authentic New York bagel dough, and we bake it fresh every day.
The sign over there, it's like you can't buy happiness, but bagels are pretty much the same thing. And I love bagels, so I was like, why not try it?
As for the name of the restaurant and sandwiches, that came from a guilty TV pleasure.
Watching Finding Bigfoot and all the people that would go look out for Sasquatch in the wilderness, and we just thought it would be fun to play on all the mythological creatures, local and non-local. Like we have Mothman, which is local to West Virginia, and then there's one for World of Warcraft that everyone loves to yell when they see the name.
And once you see the size of these monsters, you'll shout it too. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
The big boy is our Jersey Devil. Had to name it after Jersey from where I'm from. It's our Italian sub. We use a local bread out of Midlothian. Buffa is the bakery. It's packed with 4 different meats, cheese, some toppings, and that bad boy weighs in about 2 pounds when all said and done. That was one of the biggest things when I moved here, was I went to order an Italian sub from somewhere else and they didn't have the right one, and I was so sad. So this is my big craving to bring down here, was a proper Italian sub. We use provolone cheese, salt, pepper, and oregano mix, tomatoes, red onion, lettuce, which we shred in-house. And then to me, the best part is the oil and vinegar on the bread too.
I folded over, I'm counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 layers of meat. I think this is just a half. There's no 6 inches on this thing.
The special Jess served up was the Loki, featuring a ridiculously tender chicken cutlet.
It's a traditional breading style. We just have a whole batch of spices that go into the flour mix that give it an extra kick. So it's a very flavorful cutlet. We start with our basil aioli, but we use nut-free pesto, arugula, and on the top bun, we grab our house-made mozzarella and top that with roasted red peppers. And then we take out the cutlet, mix that on top.
Warm chicken cutlets, got this cheese starting to melt a little bit. The pesto sets it over the top, and the breading on the cutlet, lightly, but so much seasoning in it. Another legend, wait for it, dairy sandwich.
I love people's reactions to my food. A lot of people come up after they've eaten and told us like it was the best sandwich they've ever had, and that's like, it's really exciting, it's really cool for me. Every sandwich is unique, everything is packed with flavor.
If you love bagels, it's like the perfect place.
You're almost always gonna leave with leftovers.
Legendary Eats, a hometown eat where myth becomes reality.